Good evening, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. So today we are going to discuss something about Maharashtra CT abstract reasoning. Okay. Now, this season all exams are done except a couple of exams. One is CMAT. Okay, which already the notification is out and the registrations are going on. And Maharashtra CET is the next examination that you would be getting, right? And generally, it used to be conducted in the month of March. Last year, due to pandemic, it was held in September. This year, hopefully, it should be held by April or May. Okay, last year, you know that there was the second wave of COVID, due to which it was postponed uh, several times and finally held in September when everything was okay. So this year, like if you are preparing for the exam, wait for the notification to come. Okay, do not wait that okay notification आएगा तब हम start करेंगे. No, at this time itself you should be all preparing for it, right? Especially the one if you belong to Maharashtra, because that is this examination is meant mainly for people belonging to Maharashtra. Okay, for non-Maharashtra candidates, you just have 15% of the seats. Okay, the ones who are non-Maharashtra candidates, it is very difficult. But yes, for Maharashtra candidates, uh, there are options. Okay, so like if you talk about this examination, it is different from other examinations because of one section, which is abstract reasoning, which is not found in other examinations. Okay, so if we talk about other examinations like CAT, if you talk about others like IFT and MAT SNAP, you do not get questions on this abstract reasoning. Okay, but when we talk about this thing Maharashtra CT, it has a topic called abstract reasoning, which is unique to this examination. Okay, and the number of questions, earlier it used to have good number of questions on abstract reasoning, right? If you talk about previous till 2020, the pattern was 25 out of 200 questions were on abstract reasoning. Okay, and this time it is like in 2021 there were different slots, right? In some slots there were just 4 5 questions. In some questions maybe around 15 to 20 questions. It was not 25, it was much less. And there were certain questions, there were question types, which there were 2 3 question types that were asked in this, but in 2021 the old type of questions were asked, right? So one needs to be prepared for all varieties of questions that could be encountered in this, right? So let's see this thing that what are the different type of questions, and we'll practice some questions today's session. If you've got calls from B schools and are preparing for interviews, you can enroll with us in our PI-VAT program. Now, abstract reasoning. Okay, so if you are studying for the first time, like you opened your book for the first time, you heard this topic, abstract reasoning, you will not understand this. Many times you will search abstract reasoning, you will not get what abstract reasoning is, right? So somewhere you will hear it as visual reasoning. It is also called non-verbal reasoning. Most of the places you search for non-verbal reasoning, you will get content for it, right? Let's say we want to search questions, what are the different type of questions that come in non-verbal reasoning. Okay, so that is the most appropriate name, non-verbal reasoning, because it does not has words, it has images. That's why visual reasoning also called. Okay, now there are variety of problems in this. So let us see that what are the major variety of problems that you get in this. So one is mirror image. They give you a figure and ask you what is the mirror image of this figure, right? Similarly, you have water image. Mirror image is basically horizontal inversion, and water image is vertical inversion of a figure. Okay, so suppose I write R, and like if you look in the mirror, it will look like this. If I write R in the water, it will look like this. So this is mirror image. This is water image. Now this is something basic also. Let us say they will not ask you question on mirror image or water image. Some of the questions might use mirror or water images. Let us say odd one out or any sort of question that you may encounter. Then there are figure counting. Last year this was asked. Now what happened was people, there were a few varieties of questions that were fixed till 2020. So people used to practice only those. And last year in an examination, figure counting based questions were asked. Like let's say triangles, right, rectangles, etc. Then you have paper folding, unfolding, cutting. So you fold a paper, then you make some cut, then you unfold it, then how does it look? Okay, so those kind of questions are also a part of abstract reasoning. Then we have embedded figures. What happens in embedded figures is, let us say, let me draw some random figure. Okay, so some random figure would be given to you. Now they will ask that which of the piece is inside this. Let us say they give you a piece and they give you four figures like this. Right, and ask that which figure contains this piece. So if you watch carefully, this piece is like this, embedded in this. Right, so this is your embedded reasoning. So they give you a small picture and a bigger picture in which you will have several lines, intersecting lines or curves or something like that, rectangle or some geometrical figure. Within that small image would be hidden somewhere. So those are called embedded figures. Then completion of incomplete pattern. Okay, so let us say they have given you a figure like this. And they ask you that what will come in this place, right? So we know that these are joined diagonally, so something like this and this, so this will come in this place. So they will give you three parts and ask you to fill the fourth part or this kind of thing. So figure incomplete pattern. So other parts are given to us, one part is missing, we have to fill that part. Then cubes and dice, right? So if you have a dice, what are the different faces of the dice? So a dice will be shown to you, and you have to determine that which number is, there are two dice is shown, and they ask that which number is on the opposite side. If it rotated, which number will appear on the top, etc. Those kind of questions. Or they will give you like formation. They will give you some pieces, and they will say that you have to fold this into a box, and you have to tell that which of the following is a possible formation. Right. So you have certain rules for that also, that how to determine which are the opposite faces, which are the adjacent faces, etc. Then series. So you have series of images, right? So and there will be some activity within this. So it will be either some rotation of figure, or it could be like some new image being added, right? Or some other movement of figures, and then you have to form a series. They will give you four images and ask you what is the fifth image in the series. Okay, so based on the logic, you have to understand that what is the pattern between two images, like first and second, what is the change, second and third, what is the change. So that applying to that change, you have to find the next figure in the series. Okay, so this is how we do this. I mean, instead of number series, you have series of images. You have to find the next image in the series. Then analogies. What are analogies are? Analogies means that, let us say, if I say this is a mirror image and I give you another figure that should have the same relation. Okay. So if I say Q, so you will say that okay, the response will be this. So they give you A ratio B, relation between A and B is given, and one of the figures will be missing in this. You have to fill that relation. Okay, so that is analogies using images. Now that could have mirror image, that could have water image, that could have rotation or any other thing. Okay, so that you have to determine that logic. What is the logic? By observing the pattern. Then odd one out. So you are given, let us say 5, 6 images and one of them is odd one out. That could be anything. Uh, Whatever the relation be, you have to find that which one is odd one out. Let us say there are like in all images, arrows are pointing this side, and in one image the arrow is pointing this side. So they have some image and there is some arrow which is pointing in this direction. Let us say you have figures like this. Okay, so this one is odd one out because in all others arrow is pointing towards the right hand. So that is odd one out. So these are the type of questions that we have in abstract reasoning. Okay, so now if we talk about till 2020, these were the type of questions asked. These were not asked for a long duration, but one should have understanding of all this because last year we saw that a sudden change in pattern. Okay, so if one is comfortable with all these topics, then it is helps, right? So abstract can be done without pen. Yes, it can be done. In some cases, it can be done. In some cases, if the image is complicated, then it would be difficult, of course. Okay, so John, you had 94 percentile. So understand that where you lacked, what are the topics which you found difficult. Let us say you had problem in English, right? So focus on English. Let us say you had problem in quant, right? So do quant well. So cover that gap. Yeah, you did well. So you must have known that okay, these are the topics I was good at. I was able to score. So whichever was your weak section, focus on it for the next 15-20 days so that you become strong in that section. Okay. So now today we are going to do mirror versus water image, right? What is mirror image? What is water image? As I said that you may get a direct question on mirror water image, or like last year there were direct questions. They had given some images and asked that what is the water image or mirror image of this. Or you can also have like as I said series, right? In series analogies, these things might be used. So what is mirror images? Mirror images horizontally inverted. Okay, and water image is vertically inverted. In mirror image, left becomes right and right becomes left and vice versa. Okay, so let us say if this is the image. Okay, now if I have to find a mirror image of this, if I put mirror on either side, it does not matter. Okay, so in the mirror image, what will happen that this was pointing towards the left side. Now this arrow should point towards the right side. This line was towards from left to right, and so it will be so it was from left to like this, so right to left line, so that will be the mirror image of it. Now top and bottom remain as they are. So this was towards the top, so it is on the top only, right? It is not in the bottom, and this was on bottom, this line is on bottom. Water image, what happens is top becomes bottom and bottom becomes top. Let us say this is the image. So what will happen? What is on the top? So this curve is on the top. This curve will be in the bottom. This straight line. Then this is on the bottom. This will come to the top. And right and left remain as they are. So this was towards the right hand side. So this is on the right hand side only. So it will not be like this. Some people make mistake that they will make it like this. So that is wrong. Because left and right will not change in case of water image. If they ask that what is the water image, so that is the thing. All right. Okay. So here are some examples, right? How mirror image looks like, how water image looks like. So we see that this was towards the right hand side. This is towards the left hand side. The tail was on the left. The tail is towards the right. This oval was on the top, so it remains on the top only. Okay. Now, if we talk about the water image, now this was on the bottom. It has gone to the top. This oval was on the top, it has come to the bottom. Now this tail was to the left hand side, tail remains on the left hand side. And this was on the right hand side, remains on the right hand side. So in mirror image, it is a change of right and left. And in water image, it is the change of top and bottom. Okay, so that's how mirror and water images work. Right? So here are some examples given that how things will look when they are you take the mirror image or water image of them. So this is horizontal. If you invert it on a horizontal line, that is called mirror image. And if you invert in a vertical line, that is called water image. Okay, so let us do some questions also. Okay, so like if they write that what is the mirror image, fine. If they do not write, if they just give this kind of vertical line, so that means it is a mirror placed on that side. So what will be the mirror image of this figure? So if we talk about mirror image, I told you that, see, the triangle will remain as it is, right? In a pointed form towards top, right? Now this arrow was towards the left side. The arrow should come to on the right hand side. So we can eliminate option D, right? Because arrow should go in the right hand side. Now this black portion was towards the right side. So this black triangle should come on the left hand side. Okay, so you can eliminate this also, you can eliminate this also. This will be your answer. Okay, so triangle is on the black side. Now in this circle, the top will be painted. This was on the left hand side, so this should be on the right hand side. Basically in this, like this, it should be it. That is presented. Okay, so in mirror image, left and right get into. Okay, so what is the mirror image of this? So in mirror image, first of all, you just need to see. I mean, generally these questions can be done easily by eliminating options, right? So dollar and will look inverted. So dollar will look like this. So now you can eliminate option B. Now at the rate should go this side and hash should come this side. So if hash is on this side, that is wrong. Now we are left with options C and D. Okay, dollar and this is fine. Hash. Let us look at hash. Okay, so hash, if it is in like in a normal way, it is hash is inclined towards the right hand side. So if you take in mirror of this inclination is like this, slanting in this direction. So it should slant in this direction. So this is the normal hash. So it will not be true. This is true. Okay, so you need not look at all things. So if you do not check for this at rate almost will look like. Okay, so maybe difficult to visualize this, but hash you can easily visualize. So hence that is the mirror image. Okay, find the mirror image of this figure. So last year the questions were pretty easy based on this kind of things like mirror image, water image. So if you look at the mirror image, what will happen? We see this slanting like line like this triangle being formed. Okay, so this triangle should be formed on the right hand side like this. Okay, and we have this diagonal from left end to right end bottom. So this is like this. So you will have this kind of image. Okay. So anyway, this is wrong. Okay. This is also wrong. Now among these two, C and D, we are left with, we have to find the arrows also. So this arrow is to the left of this central line, so it will come to the right of central line. This is right of central line, so it should come to the left of central line. So the answer is option D. Now in this case, what has happened is it has gone this side. No, it will not go this side. It is just next to the central line. It will be like this. Okay, so very easy. You just have to see left and right. Now this is a problem on water image. You have to find the water image of the figure, because the mirror is given like this, so it means that you have to vertically invert it. So in water image, what happens is top becomes bottom and bottom becomes top. Left and right will remain same. So if you look at this thing, right? So this curve shape is facing bottom, right? So in the image, it should be facing top side. Like this is like this. Okay, so it should come like this towards top. Now this is pointing down, right? These are pointing down, and this tail should be on the bottom, right? It should not be on the top. So you can say that yes, B is the correct one. So this is pointing up. Okay, and the line was going like this, so line goes like this only. Okay, this was pointing up, so this will point down like this. Okay, left right will not change, so it was towards left side, this is towards left side only, it will not become towards the right side. So that is what is the water image. Okay, so find the water image of this figure. So in water image, what you need to keep in mind that left and right remain the same, right? So this question mark will come on the right hand side and this will come on the left hand side. So A and C you can eliminate. Okay. Now this will come to the top. So you know that, okay, in B also it is coming to the bottom. So this will come to the top. Okay, no need to check for other things because other parameters is this is on the bottom, so it will go to the top. So it is coming in top in D, in C, right? But this also needs to be taken care of, that left will remain left, right will remain right. Okay, so this is left, so this is on the left hand side only. On the right, so it is on the right inverted. Okay. Okay, so it is a question on folding and unfolding, right? So a paper is folded and then unfolded. How does it look like when it is unfolded? So a cut is made and then it is unfolded. Now in unfolding, the same thing, mirror and water images have to be kept in mind. So basically it is a combination of mirror and water images. So how does this look like? Okay, so let us try to understand how is the paper folded. Let's try to visualize it. Okay, so this was folded in half, then folded down, right? So it was the complete circle, then it became semicircle, and then became a quarter like this. Okay, now when you unfold it, when you make a cut, you made an A shape and like this, cut like this, something like this. So when we open it back, what will happen? It will be a vertical inversion, right? So it will be a water image. So water image will look like this, and water image of this will be like this. Okay, so it should look like a water image of this. Okay, this is not, C is not water image, D is also not water image. Now when it is half, when you fold it back, what will happen? It will be a mirror image of this what is being shown here. So it was a image like this. So we will have a mirror image of like this. Mirror image will be look like this, and then this is like, so that is then option A. Okay, so the mistake in B is this is inverted. This will not be inverted. This will be A like this. Okay, so when you create like first when you open it, it will become a water image, and then we open it. This is the mirror image of this. So that is why option. Now again a question in which the paper has been folded and cut and then unfolded. So one has to find out that how will it look like when it is unfolded. So now when the cut is made like this, so the cut is made like, when you open it, what will happen? See, this part is cut. If I remove this part, let us say, if I remove this portion, right, that is the cut made, right? If you make this cut, then this portion will be removed. And when you take the upper part of this, you will have some cut like this, and then this, and this also cut will appear like this. So when we open it in half, it will look like this. Okay. Now this cut is also made, right? So this cut will cut this side also like this. So when we open it, it will look like this. This cut is made like this, and this cut will complete like this. Okay, so this kind of figure, and then four dots. That is the answer for this. Okay, so you just have to go in the reverse way. In one case, you might have to do a mirror image. In one case, you have to do the water image, and you get the result. Now, this is a slightly tricky one. So, paper is folded in this way, and we have to find out how does it look like when we unfold it back. Now you have to see that in what fashion it has been folded. So first of all, it was a square like this, and it was folded along the triangular line. So it became a triangular piece like this. And then it was folded this way, it was folded inside. So basically, only this part was visible. Okay. Now what they have done is they have cut two arrows like this. They cut two arrows. Now if this was a triangle, now if you bring this triangle outside again, what will happen? This triangle had double layers, right? There were two layers. So this will also show two arrows this side. This will show two arrows this side. Now, when you unfold it, now the natural thing some people might think of option A, they will say ki it is on the bottom, so it will be on the top. That is the natural perception, right? We see that the arrows are on the bottom, so it will be on the top also. But if you see in the map, how is the paper folded? So this line is overlapping with this line. See, if it was folded like this, there's a difference between this kind of fold and this fold. So if it was folded like this, then this line would have come on top of this line, isn't it? If you fold it like this, but it is folded in a slanting way. So this line is on top of this line. So whatever changes you make here will reflect on this side. So we made cuts on this side. These arrows will be reflected on this side. So four arrows on this side. So the answer will be option. So it should not be like you just take mirror or water image, right? You have to see in which fashion was it folded. So this layer was kept on this layer. Okay. So whatever changes you make here, that will be reflected on this side. Suppose you made any changes here, right? Suppose we drew a rectangle here. We cut a rectangle here. So that will reflect here because this side was kept on top of this side. So whatever is kept on top of another layer, the change is reflected on that part. Okay. Let's do this question by using similar logic. We are given a sequence in which it is folded. So first this cut is made, this kind of triangle is cut. Okay. Now when we unfold it, what will happen? Since it was folded down, it will be folded up. So this part will be like this. Okay. Now as we did in the previous question also, right? How is it folded? It is folded in this way. It is not folded. If it was folded like this, then you would say whatever is coming here will come this side. It is folded in the slanting direction. So which layer is coming on this direction? So this top layer is coming on top of this layer. This line will come on top of this line. So whatever is done here will reflect. So the answer will be option D. Okay. So you have to see in the way the paper is folded, right? So in the previous, we saw the first two, three questions. The paper was folded horizontally or vertically. If it is folded vertically, then you have water image. If it is folded horizontally, you have mirror image. But if it is folded in a triangular way, like a slanting direction, so you have to see which layer is overlapping. So this this side is overlapping on this side. So whatever you see on this side will reflect on this side. In the previous question, we saw that whatever was showing on this side was reflected on this side. So that's how we answer these questions. Okay, paper unfolding, folding and unfolding. So now another sequence is given, right? Not that straightforward sequence. It is two parts folded inside and then it is wrapped inside, and then we have to find the unfolded format. So initially it was a square, then this part folded here, this part folded here, so it became a shape like this. Then it is folded this side, like from half, so it is like pentagon shape like this. Now what they have done is they have cut two dots here and a triangle here. Now what will happen when we unfold it? When we unfold it, see, this triangle will not be cut because see, we are unfolding this part, right? So okay, so this triangle will appear on this side. So it is like an inversion of this. So triangle is cut here. Then we have two dots. So these two dots will appear as four dots and a triangle this side. Okay. Now when this triangle will look like this, okay, invert of this. Now when we open it again, now what was happened when we folded this part, nothing was going on this part. This, wherever this triangle was cut, this is a single layer, right? It is not double layer. What was overlapping was this part. Okay, this part was overlapping like this. So whatever will happen on this region will reflect back, but this will not reflect anything else, right? So there will be only two triangles, but these arrows were on the central like this. So if there are two arrows, when you open it this side, there will be two arrows this side and two arrows this side and two here and two here. So basically eight dots. Okay. Now this dot was towards the corner, so it will be towards this side. Okay. So eight dots and two triangles. That is an option. Okay, so only that part which is covered, right, that is folded, which is double layered, reflects on that. So if it is a single layer, for example, this triangle had a single layer, so now it will not impact on these two corners. But this was another layer, so when you open it, then the change gets reflected. Okay. All right, so these were some questions on mirror, water, image, and paper folding. So we have this series. In this series, we will cover more topics, right? And talk about like other things also, like paper counting, right? Sorry, that figure counting. Then we will have some questions on cubes and dice, series-based questions, odd one out, analogies, etc., etc. So we will have this series. We will have some more sessions in which we will discuss different topics related to abstract reasoning. Okay, so if you are preparing for CET, start your preparation now itself. Do not wait for the notification, because the more time that you give to your preparation, the better practice you have, you can do better in the examination. Okay, so I hope you found this session valuable, right? So that was some basics that you must have learned today. Okay, so in the coming days, we will have some more sessions on this thing, that's abstract reasoning, wherein we will uh, do some more concepts. Okay. All right. So thanks for watching this video. Have a great night. Goodbye.